Just a quick audio test for F1 League of South Africa. Second audio test for F1 League of South Africa. Well, welcome ladies and gentlemen to the first pre-season race of LSA. We are back for a brand new game. F1 23 is here, and this is the first time these lads are gonna get a chance to go up against one another on this brand new game. We'll work out shortly who's going to be the first to set their time in qualifying. Let's just quickly go through the grid. So we have in the Ferrari, we have Divan, who has just put himself into the wall right on cue. Then we have White Walker in the Aston Martin, Zamboni in the Alpine, Meltz in the McLaren, Flea Doctor in the Mercedes, Jones Perignon in the Alfa Romeo, Franz in the Williams, Khan Boy in the Mercedes, Night Scout in the Haas, Uppity Terror 301 in the Alfa Tauri, Shadar in the Haas, Louis in the Aston Martin, Swister in the Red Bull, Boom Rocker in the Ferrari, Williams is wired, Ernie Beanie is in the other Red Bull, and Ironland is in the Alfa Romeo. You'll see the retired Alpine at the bottom there. That was just due to an error with myself joining the lobby. I am not competing, I'm here as BQ Jules, here as your commentator for this first session back in LSA. I am still working out the menus for this game, so do bear with me for a moment whilst I try and work out where everyone is at. And surely but surely we will be on our way to working out what is going on. I do apologise for this. So here we go. We're finally getting all there. We'll figure that. I think it's going to be the, where is it? No, it won't be Khan setting the first lap. Who's going to set the first lap here? I'm trying to work it out. Is that a Williams? Is it wide? Nope. Wide is invalidated. Is it one of the? Is it the Alpine? I believe it is going to be Zamboni here. Zamboni's going to be the first to set a time. Go on board with him. Down to the final bend, he'll get a nice slipstream off the Mercedes, going to the pit lane. And Zamboni, took the first time of F1 23, crosses the line and takes a 1:32.0. Aston Martin behind of White Walker. White Walker goes fastest. So the other Aston Martin's going to do, Louis. Louis comes to the line and Louis goes 0.004 behind his Aston Martin teammate. Great start for the Aston Martins. Now we have a Red Bull coming to the line with Swister. And Swister goes P4. Got a Ferrari of Boom Rocker who goes 0.8 behind. People starting to get their first lap set in here. Alpha Tauri to the line. Up to Terra, that must have been the aborted lap. Then the Alfa Romeo of Ironland. And Jones takes top by 0.9. An incredible lap from the Alfa Romeo there. A few other times being set. We have Night Scout going down the pit lane now. He goes P4, then it will be Flea Doctor, I believe is next going up to the line. No, that is the wrong route. It's Khan Boy. He also has a McLaren of Meltz, I believe, behind him. Our Khan Boy has invalidated, so we'll go to Meltz. And Meltz, he takes top spot. 0.1 ahead of Jones. Anyways, out at the moment, Flea Doctor is setting his time. We have a McLaren that's round. I think they're still going. So all is fine. We got to very close to the invalidation there. Gets himself turned in for sector 3. I think this is an abandoned lap. Oh, hang on a second. What has happened here? Is that a collision in the pit lane? between the Haas and the Alpha. It is a 5-second place drop for the Haas of Shadar. Is there anyone else out on a lap at the moment? There's Carnboy, who's doing his lap on mediums. I imagine this is just a banker. And he's into the pit lanes, getting used to the track, you can see. Everyone else, I believe, is just packing in, bringing it into the pit lanes after a successful first running. Maybe the Ferrari of Boom here is changing that up. There we go, I can switch that. Boom is good for a good line. Don't think he's going to improve here. Boom does not oh no, he does. He gets a P5. My bad. Nice job, Boom. Anyone else on the lap at the moment? 3 dots taking it slow. Got Alpha Tauri Upti, who's also not finishing. Who have we got on the lap? We have got Franz here, who is on the lap and flying. Williams going through sector 3. 2 corners to go. Everyone gets to the left, brings it round, goes in for the right, onto the pit straight. Franz here could be on for a good time here, gets DRS open to the line. What is going to be from Franz? W31 in the Williams. It's pole by a second. Franz blitz in the field there, and what a spread we've got at times here. And look at that time difference. We've got Franz with a 29.6, Melt's 30.6, a 30.7 and a 31.6, huge jump up. Then you get down, those guys spread relatively closely after 31.6 until you get to the Alpine at 32.0, then it's a 32.7, and then these guys all aborted their laps, still crossed the line, but not competitive times from Ironland, Upti, Flea Doctor or Chadar, who has got a 5-place grid penalty for clipping the back of the Alfa Romeo going into the pit lane. For anyone watching, I do apologise for any lag you're noticing in that. These guys, of course, League of South Africa, all competing down in South Africa, whereas myself, running your comms here today and your live stream, I am in the United Kingdom, so my connection will not be as strong as these guys who are all, you know, half the world away from me. But excited to see another bit of running. Night Scout warming his tyres up, looking to set a time here. All right on board with Night Scout for this entire lap. See what he can do. Currently in P7 on a 31.9. Oh, a bit deep into turn 1. I can't always tell when truck drivers are going deep, obviously, because the connection of the cars might make it look like they've gone deep when actually it's just my game catching up. He is down on his time though through sector 1. Night Scout does just about improve, jumped ahead of Boom Roker to take P7 for now. A lot of drivers out on laps at the moment. Oh, I do apologise, I didn't realise that Elo wired. Look at that, a 29.5 jump past Franz. And Shadar's moved up into P3. Of course, Shadar does have a 5-place grid penalty, and I want to check because I believe, reading the chat, we also have a 5-second grid penalty. Yes, for Ireland, they both got it for that incident. No one else with a grid penalty as of yet, just a few lap invalidations, but that's to be expected. Everyone's still getting used to the new game. And on a track that is not in career modes now, see, pull the card taken away from the grid, IRL, so it's not in the career modes, but we do have it as a DLC track, so we thought it'd be a fun one to do our pre-season testing on. Right, I suppose I am fully back up and running now, so let's see, Inan has retired from the session. Is there anyone else out on laps at the moment? Let's have a look through the grid and see. Doctor is indeed on the lap. We have an Alpine, I believe that is, going round. He's on out lap. We have a Red Bull of Swister, who's coming through the third sector now, who is currently on laps, so we'll stay on board with him through, I would say, one of the most fun parts of the track to drive. I think Swister has aborted this lap. Yes, he has. Which was very much like an aborted lap. Zamboni has left the session. What's up? Geeks Killer ZA in the chat, I see you. Much love. Indeed, let's go Ernie. Ernie currently sitting in P9. I imagine there's a lot of guys sitting in the pits at the moment. We're going to see them come barreling out very soon to get that final lap in. Let's see, anyone else out on the lap at the moment. The Ferrari of Daivan. Is this a time? Oh, no, it's not time, it's an invalidation. He's already on that. Swister warming up again. He's going to go for a third lap. Oh, he's running so close. He's already done one hot lap. Abandoned that. He's setting up for another now. He's going to have those tyres worn in a bit. And might be pushing it for fuel, but we shall see. The Doctor is on the lap here, so we'll stay on board with the Mercedes. It's looking though that the battle for pole is going to be between the two Williams. Of course, everyone else out on the out laps now. Going to see what they can do. That is a Ferrari in sector 1 going a bit mental. And a bit of traffic coming up now in sector 3 with 3 on a lap. These guys are going to have to be careful as to not get in the way of each other. Now actually sort yourselves out here. Oh, that is awful, awful, awful. Who was that? That was Wired getting massively in the way of a Merc on the lap. That is a not good look. Those two busy watching out for each other. They didn't see the car behind actually coming through on a lap. Midfield 3 dots there, who's on for a decent time, has had his qualifying ruined at the dead. We're on board with, let's see, the Alpine's pulled in. Schwister is in the wall, he's having a poor session. That'll be him done. Night Scout is 3 tenths up, that at the moment would jump up to top 10. Let's see, we have our Haas coming to the line. Is this the start of a lap or the end of a lap? I cannot tell. That'd be, I believe, starting a lap. No one improving their times at the moment. American Convoy setting his first lap and jumps up into P9. Decent showing, seeing it as a one and only lap. And Aston Martin of, I believe, White Walker to the line. No, I got the wrong Aston Martin. It's Louis, who was jumped up into P8 to end his lap. So what have you got left? Only a few people left out on laps. Ferrari is done. It'll be the Haas of Night Scout will be the next one to the line. We're following him for a while. He takes the final bend and now it's a charge at the line. Night Scout to the line. Does improve but stays P11. Bernie has crashed himself out of the session. We've got the other Red Bull of Schwister who's into the pit lane. Elo Wide has gone and extended his lead for pole position. Can Franz respond? Coming through the final 2 corners now. These are the 2 men really fighting for pole here. Wired with a 1:29.2, Franz cutting a 29.6. Can he improve? Gets DRS to the pit straight. All the way to the line. Will it be a Williams? It is! It is just Franz beating his Williams teammate to a 1-2. The only man who can respond is the Haas of Jadar. He takes it to the line now. Can Jadar take it away? No! It is going to be a Williams 1-2. Franz and Wired less than a tenth between them. I believe that there's no one else on the lap, so that is your grid. It is Franz, our pole sitter. Congratulations to him. As we now look how it's going to be. It's going to be Franz, followed by Wired, Chadar, then Divan, Meltz, Jones, Boomroka, Louis, White Walker Khan, Night Scout, Ernie, Zamboni, Schwister, Fleet Doctor, Ironland, Uppity Terror, and Trey. Make up your grid. Well, we saw a few people would fail to get times in, but those that did, a thrilling battle for pole position between Franz and Wired. Are we doing full qualifying? Ah, that's my bad. I initially saw Franz initially state that it was going to be just a short qualifying, so I apologise for the excitement. No, it is short qualifying. It is short qualifying. I was right. I was right. It's short qualifying. That is your grid. That is pole position. It is short qualifying. You had me confused there for a second, Humid. You got me. You nearly got me. Of course, the Haas MP3 Jadar is going to get a 5-place grid penalty. Yes, what in the F1 game indeed. It is, of course, still an F1 game, and it is still, of course, EA Sports. So don't you worry. You guys had me confused there for a second. I thought I knew what I was talking about. I was so confused. Yeah, Trey. If that doesn't set the tone for the year, what will? Perfect start. It was indeed only short qualifying. We are heading to the race course. We'll take a 5-minute break before we get into this. In which case I will be back shortly in that to run through the grid and look at tyres in a few minutes' time. So then, those of you in chat, whilst we are on this break waiting for the first race to start, how are you guys enjoying F1 23? I for one think it's a damn sight better game, but I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on the game. Right, so they're all just putting away for their formation lap here. At the start of the game, our pole sitter, of course, is Franz in the Williams. So we're looking to get away well. You'll notice that the Alpine of myself is technically in the game. Don't worry, we will be putting that car in and retiring right at the start of the session. As to obviously, if you drive into an AI controlled car, that is that's on you. But yes, we will be putting that car in and getting it away. Don't you worry. But so let's just quickly run you through the grid with the grid penalty in place. It is Franz from wide in a Williams 1-2, Divan in the Ferrari and Meltz make up the second row, Jones and Boom Roker in 5 and 6, Louis in 7, Jadar in 8 after his 5th place grid drop for a collision with Ironland in the pits. Then it is White Walker in 9, Carnboy rounds off the top 10, Night Scout in 11, Ernie Burney in 12, Zamboni in 13, Shrista in 14, Free Doctor in 15, Alti Terror in 16, Trey in 17, and technically Ironland is in P18 because, say, that second Alpine will be retired at the start of the race. It will take you around to the pit lane and put it as to not influence the grid. Let me just double check how to do it so I know what to do at the start. That take control option should become available once the race starts. If not, then we're in for an issue. But we will have that car removed, don't you worry. So, as we come up to the pit lane, it'll be Franz to lead us away. Getting that last heat into tyre. Let's see what everyone's on tyre-wise. Majority of people on the mediums, wide on the hards, along with Jones. Carnboy is the furthest forward to go with the softs, as does Upty, and me on the softs. Trey, Nights Out, and Ironland also on the hards. So here we go, wait for the lights. Lobby, just sort yourself out here. It's still an F1 game, it's still EA Sports, there are still issues. Here we go. Lights on the way. And away we go for the first race of pre-season. Franz gets away well. Wide behind him, can Wide get locked inside. Looking really strong on the front. Charter charging through, already gaining a spot going into turn 1. But as we look at the chaos going in, it's gone wide from Wide, who's cut the corner there. He's got to get that position back to do the Ferrari, surely. And he does. It's a fight between these two, Wide and Divan, looking to get into it. Cool, this is a bad one up, isn't it? It's on board with the Ferrari. And he gets dive bombed by the McLaren pushed off the track. I say we will have to lose the but look at the gap already between the two Williams. Franz got away perfectly and has gone. So we're just going to go quickly look at where myself is, and I will be taking this car over shortly and getting it out of the way. Ah, it is not letting me take control. That is a problem. We'll have to work him out. If and when I can take him over, but it is not letting me. So we'll go back to the front, we'll look at the Ferraris closest. Oh, the Ferrari goes to the track there. We will see, can I get points so I can try and do. So here we are on board then. Melts is the closest inside. We've got a battle with Divan and the Alfa Romeo going side by side with one another. Oh, and that is a Ferrari gone round. That is a Ferrari gone round. Divan, who had a really good start, has now found himself facing the wall with a virtual safety car. I don't know why I can't take control of him. It is myself. But alas, I am not allowed to remove him. So, virtual safety car, neutralised the field a little bit in the first lap. Divan spun around, finds himself in the wall. So, chaotic start, but sees Franz and Wired maintain their 1-2, mounts up into P3, Jones in P4, Khan into P5, a great start from him. In fact, can we see where the place is gained? No, we cannot. There we go, position change, there we go, I worked this game out. Yes, Khan up 5, Trey up 8, he started right at the back. Gets himself up into P9, great start from him. And then it is the next gainers are me and Ironland, who of course one of those cars should not be there. And Ironland gets a drive through penalty. I believe Lewis got it as well. But oh, unlucky guys, not how you want to start it. Let's go to the interval then. So it'd be the McLaren and Wyatt looking at each other here. Shadar putting himself into the pits early. Is that damage? I wonder for the Haas, who qualified so well but had that grid penalty dropping back. and he's pulling into the pit lane very, very, very early. That it is damage, it's front wing damage for the Haas, forcing him into the pit lane. Not what you want to see. Of course, the Ferrari, we knew Divan was going to be coming in as well. There's a Red Bull round, it's Twister! We saw this been a few times in qualifying, and he's gone round again. I'm going to see if I can take control. No, it's still not letting me take control of him. I do apologise. We are stuck with this car in the race that should not be here. Got a fun little battle here between the Haas, the Alpine and the Red Bull. About here as Carnboy continues his charge on those soft tyres. This could be very fun to watch. If he can carry on the way he's going, he'll be up fighting, but of course we'll have to box very, very early, which we know means he might gain positions when these guys ahead of him take their pit stops, because the undercut seems to be very, very strong on this game. But towards the end of that race, he will be suffering on tyres. We have a car round in Sector 3, I believe it is the McLaren. It is the McLaren. And what we have an AlphaTauri round as well. Ironland into the pits to serve his drive-through. This is about on track we want to keep an eye on. DRS is available for these guys. It'll be the McLaren versus the Williams. And Melt's is surely going to get past here. Yes, he does. Breezes past with ease, wide in his rearview mirror, and Melts can now get off after Franz. Meanwhile, Carnboy is looking at Jones. Big Doctor picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. Which camera would you like, Andre? Would you want the on-boards or do you want the broadcast? Something like that. What we will do is we have Khan diving up the inside there of Jones. And Jones cannot fight that back. Carnboy on these soft tyres, absolutely flying. He started P10, is now up into P6. Incredible stuff. Although Carnboy has now dropped back behind. What's happened here? What's happened there? Is that... Oh, there you go. We've had a disconnect from the host. I wonder if that's caused a few lag spikes in the lobby, because Carnboy is suddenly massively off the pace. Is it raining? It is raining. The rain has fallen. Yes, I agree. The sound is bugged as usual, but we have got rain on the track. It seems this changed everything up. All those guys that were on their mediums and hards, thinking about trying to get go longer, have now been cut off. Meanwhile, Wired and Melts continue their battle over P2. And have you seen, as soon as these guys are coming to the pits, have these guys put on the intermediates? Let's go and have a look. So we look, yeah, intermediates are on the Haas. Intermediates go on to the Alfa Romeo. Intermediates, is that on... Yep, there it is on the Ferrari. So, tyres, let's see what people are on. Look at the interval, look at the details, look at the tyres. There we go, people on to the inters. Some people will still yet to stop. I imagine we're going to see the likes of Franz and that come in almost immediately, because this rain has come very quickly and is causing some guys to drop back very, very fast. No, Franz stays out. No one thinking it's quite time, apart from... Oh, Melts, he went for it, but has got a 5-second time penalty. That changes everything. He had the chance to get a massive undercut, but that 5-second penalty really, really makes it hard for him now. These next few laps are going to be crucial. Are people going to respond? So many people staying out on these tyres. We have a Ferrari round, I believe. Who's that? Which Ferrari is it? It was Divan. White Walker coming in. Is White Walker going for the intermediates? Let's have a look. I can't change that camera angle, but we shall see. White Walker in, and yep, onto the inters he goes. So the one to watch here is going to be Melts in the McLaren. He's the one looking for the undercut, pitted from P3 in a strong battle over P2. DRS open for the McLaren as he chases down the Alpine of myself, who I've tried to remove from the race but cannot, unfortunately. But he's going to see. The thing to watch now is going to be, are either of the Williams up front going to pit? And if so, are we going to get a horrific double stack, which could cause things big problems? No, Franz stays out again. I believe Wyatt has stayed out. They've both stayed out again. And there goes Melts through on 3. The intermediates do seem to be the faster tyre now. Melts might just get a huge undercut on these Williams boys here, as Carnboy pits well, started off really well, but once the rain fell, those soft tyres fell off a cliff. And he comes in surely onto the inters as well. But it's Melts on the charge. Leading this pack away, he has Ernie and Trey and Zamboni all in front of him. We have a spin round. It is the Ferrari of Divan. He's round as again, same spot as lap 6. Seems to be really struggling with that sector of the track. So, our leader, Franz, not pitting yet, seems to be doing okay times on those mediums. But as the rain continues to fall, it's only going to get harder for him. And say, we know that Melts, who was about 3-4 seconds behind at the pit stops, will have got a huge undercut here. And could very well find himself leading the race. As we have a Alfa Romeo round in sector 3, it's Ironland. So here's the question. Are we going to get a Williams in this lap? So far the last 2 laps they have avoided the temptation. And Franz doesn't do it again. What about Elo? Is Elo going to pit? No, both of them staying out again. The thing here is Melts, who has just got a double overtake. I was just going to switch to him and we've just missed it. But he comes flying through and sits in P8. He is really on a tear. What is his gap to leader? Let's have a look if you can see that. Leader is a 27-second gap to the leader, so he might still not come out ahead. As Ernie dives into the pit lane, meaning he's got just Trey ahead of him. And is DRS still there? DRS is still there. As Feedback gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. But we're going to leave it on the gap to leader because that's the thing to watch now for Melts against Franz and Wired. This is where the fight is. We have a Alpha Tauri round. And it's up to you who's still out there on the soft tyres. Yeah, the soft tyres are not going to be doing anyone any favours. As the Ferrari of Divan, again in that sector, really struggling as he gets lapped by the 2 Williams. Melts, the gap is not coming down. It's still sticking out at 27.5 seconds. Franz, at the moment, will be loving life on these medium tyres. He now catches up to the back marker of Uppity, who goes off the track to get out of the way. Smart man. Easy passing for the Williams. Sector 3 is going to be where we're going to see a lot of the tyre difference here, and it has come down half a second as and Franz is now in. So this is the one to watch. Franz versus Melts. Who will take it? Chidada gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Wyatt as well comes in. Hopefully a 5-second gap is enough for him to not be affected by the double stack. But it'll be vital moments here. Let's watch Melts. He's coming through onto the pit straight now. Will Melts come out in the Leaders Grand Prix? Has he got the undercut? Or is Franz going to have it? I think it's going to be Franz that stays ahead, but Wide may very well have got... Yeah, Melt's very well got wide. He has. Comes out, and Franz is well clear. Well clear. But he has got a significant undercut on Wired there. But that 5-second time penalty does loom. So, we only have 2 runners left on soft tyres. One being Schwister on the mediums, who has just overtaken 2 cars and is also disconnected. And then Uppity on the hards, who's... I'm not quite sure what's happening with Uppity. He pitted and put on the hard tyres. But our leader Franz has got it perfect so far, has a 4.7 second lead over Meltz, who did manage to jump Wired in take P2 but does have a 5-second time penalty looming. Then Jones in P5. Carnboy, who started this race phenomenally on the soft tyres, went from P10 as high as P4, but then suddenly it fell off a cliff and has fallen back to P5 with a sizable gap to the Alfa Romeo ahead. We will now put it back on 2. Let me just see if I can take myself over. No, I don't want Carnboy, I want Mr. Beaky Drills. And still, no, we cannot disconnect this car, so... Oh. I'm not sure what's happened here. What has happened here, guys? We are at the end of the race. That cannot be correct. We still had 20 odd laps to go. We will see very shortly what's happened here. Well, we have some confusion here at the moment, and we shall hopefully work out shortly what is going on. Work out whether it's an error on my end or an error with the game. I will figure out shortly. I believe it might be an error on my end. I'm hoping so, in which case we shall look to rejoin and hopefully be okay. That's all good. It does seem to have been just an error on my end, so I should be able to get back in. Phew, I was panicking there for a moment, guys, but we seem to be okay, I think. Yes, everything seems to be fine. Although we do have a safety car, so the chaos continues. I still can't take over control of my car, but well, apologies guys, the most interesting part of the race. I now don't know what happened because I'm gonna guess it has something to do with the DNF AlphaTauri, but who knows? Right, well, I apologise for the confusion up at this point, and that we're just trying to get everything back on track, and it was thankfully just an issue on my end, which had a disconnect so powerful it ended the entire race, which is a new one. Oh, we've had an Alpha. What's happened here? We got bored so you can see the Alpha Romeo, who I believe has just spun off and put himself in the wall. Oh, he's done it under the safety car. He's done a Grosjean. To be fair, Ericsson did hit him. See if we can get some more views now. We'll go on board with this car, with this Alpine, see if the Alfa Romeo has been removed, so we won't see it. But Jones has crashed out from P3 on the grid. It seems that nobody wants P3 at the moment. But, okay, let's catch us up on what has actually happened, shall we? I seem to have scared away half the chat room, which to be fair, I don't blame you. So, in the lead we have Franz, who has led from the start. Then we have Wyatt, who started P2 alongside him, has had a good battle with Melt in P3, who does have a 5-second time penalty looming. Boomroka in P4, Carnboy in P5, Night Scout P6, Zamboni P7, Ernie Burney in P8, myself incorrectly in P9, Louis in P10, Trey in P11, Schwister in P12, Flea Doctor P13, Jadar in P14, White Walker in P15, and it'll be Ironland in P16 and Divan in P17. Let's have a look at these penalties, shall we? So what's everyone got? We've got 5 seconds on Melts, got 6 seconds on Zamboni, 3 seconds on Ernie, 5 seconds on Trey, 11 seconds on Flea Doctor, and 3 seconds on Jadar. Rain is falling. I don't think it's going to get any harder than this stuff. I think we're going to be set for intermediate conditions. It might dry up towards the end of the race. I don't know. I did not see the lobby details for weather. Apologies for a slightly chaotic start to pre-season testing here in LSA. There's just a few tech issues in that. As I get myself back into the swing of streaming this. F123 new game, F122 I did not play because after about 2 weeks I realised it was one of the worst F1 games ever made. But we are back with a new game, an enjoyable game, and Louis has got himself 3 seconds under the safety car. I'm not quite sure how you managed that, my friend, but here we are. Just checking everything is still in order. With the stream, everything seems to be good. Lovely jubbly. Right. Safety car is going to start for another lap. There's still a fair few people in the back. That need to catch up to the grid. Zamboni is disconnected again. But Melts has come in to serve his 5 seconds. He maybe should have done it earlier, but he's doing it now when the grid is all bunched up. And Jadar's got himself 3 seconds under the safety car. Lads, it should not be this hard. It is flat track. Melts has been in there for a while. Oh, it's just 5 seconds. A few people now going on for the full wets. I might have been incorrect. The rain has come down heavier. Night Scout is the one testing it. You might as well throw something at it. You never know. This could be the smartest move of the day. Until he's... You know what? Maybe I should not talk. Because he has immediately done a 180 coming out the pit lane. So our two DNFs in this session are Jones and Terra. Nice little disconnected Alpine duo here of Zamboni and myself in P5 and P6. I would imagine we're going to have the safety car in this lap. This just starts sector 3, and there's two cars sitting back. It's been out for a while now. And it is indeed safety car in this lap. So we will keep an eye on Franz, the leader, to see how he does for the getaway. We won't go on board due to the sound glitch being back at the start of the year. As always, you know, it might be a new game, but it is still EA Sports, so we are going to have our bugs and our issues, but Franz will lead us away here. He has been perfect so far in this pre-season race. How will his getaway be here? As he slows it right down, brings the pace down. But for now we will just hide the UI, so we just have this, just so we can see how Franz will lead us away. Here we go, slows it down, keeps it slow, keeps it slow. When's he going to go? When's he going to bowl? And off he goes! He is taken off, and Wyatt is going to try and follow him. Can Wyatt keep pace? No, Franz is going to hold it into turn 1. We'll bring the UI back now. Here we go. Franz takes it into turn 1, Wyatt behind him, and Boom Rocket in P3. Only Bernie's up into P4, Khan P5. Fantastic start there from Carnboy. Fantastic move, takes P4. As finally the two Alpines drop to the back and out the way, although they are both in the pit lane, suggesting that AI might think it's time for the wet tyre, or that they both come out intermediates. The AI are the AI, that's good to know. But the one to watch is going to be Night Scout here. To see lap times, is the decision to go to wet tyres one that's going to work? Carnboy continues his fine charge to get up into P3. We have a car round. It is the Haas of Chadar, who qualified P3 but got a nasty 5 place grid penalty and has struggled so far in the actual race. So Franz leads us away from Wyatt. The gap under a second though. Carnboy in P3, Trey in P4. Melts continues his charge back through after making the late decision to serve his 5 seconds under the safety car once everyone had bunched up. But he is now chasing after his teammate Trey, who's had a phenomenal drive from the back of the grid up into P4. Lewis is in P6, Boom in P7, Ernie in P8, and then Night Scout on those wet tyres does seem to be the fastest man on track. In fact, we'll be able to see last laps. No, not fastest laps, we want last lap. Will we get last lap? No, we did not get last lap. No, we did not, it's lovely. So, tyres is the one to watch. Here we go though, Carnboy and the two McLarens getting at it. Trey has P3, Carnboy holds on to P4 for now, but does have Melts right up his gearbox. Melts pushing him basically down that straight, pulls out, looks for the inside dive. Melts makes the move on the inside, and the Melts is through, taking P4. So it's a Williams 1-2, a McLaren 3-4, but then a wobbly exit. And it looks like Carnboy is going to try and come back at him here as Chadar retires, I believe, in the pit lane, as he does. So it's Melts, then Trey. Swish gets a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, the one I'm interested in seeing here is Night Scout, because on those wet tyres, he does seem to be one of the fastest. I have gone to him and he's spun it. Sorry, Night Scout. Sorry. Every time I've picked you up, your chances up. Something's gone wrong. So you can put this entirely on me, Night Scout. So we will return to our race at the front. The two McLarens and the two Williams, and of course Carnboy in the murk there. That's your top 5. Very close together in the battle for the podium. It's looking like it's going to be an all-McLaren affair as Trey goes wide. Opens the door for Carnboy to attack. through sector 3. Can he close that gap and get a move done as he's drifting again? Is Trey not liking that third sector? And the safety car is out again. I imagine we're going to see Night Scout take those wet tyres off and go back to the inters. But what do some of the others do? Louis takes himself into the pit lane, as does Boomroker. Now, see these guys, are they thinking wet tyres, or is this just for serve penalties, or fresh tyres in general, seeing how powerful fresh tyres are on this game? Louis comes in, and Louis is sticking with the intermediates, no surprise. Night Scout coming in. It was a gamble on these wet tyres, and it looked like pace-wise he might have had it, but just the grip was not enough. And he's going to come in and abandon that plan. Thankfully a safety car to bail him out with that plan. In he comes, we'll get that wing replaced, get those intermediate tyres on, and we'll be P15 for now, effective P14, because he'll get that Alpine straight off the start. So what do we have? We have, once again, Franz leading, from Wide, from Melts, from Trey. The one person this has massively benefited is Melts. He had to take time to blast through the field after taking that 5-second penalty in the pit lane. But the safety car means he's right back in it, on the freshest tyres with no penalty. This could be a spicy battle now for the lead, not just a top 3 finish. Imagine we're going to get another 2 laps behind the safety car. Well, if there is any chatters, we would be interested to see where do you think this race is going? Is there a twist in the tail that can stop Franz's perfect day? Will it be his own Williams teammate? Could a McLaren spoil the party? Or will Franz do as he has done all race and steam away? And take a rather convincing pre-season win. Looks like the safety car will be staying out for one more lap. He says, hoping to curse it, and he does on cue. I've got a gift for this. Safety car will be in this lap. So, once again, Franz will lead us away from Wide, from Melts. That is your top 3. Trey in P4. Carnboy P5. Ironland has recovered beautifully to flip in P6, as has Divan, helped by the double safety car. Ernie Burney in P8. Zamboni in P9. Louis in P10. Boom Roker in P11, White Walker in P12, and Night Scout in P13 once we discard that Alpine who should not be there. That was a pure technical error at the start. As Melts has somehow jumped the leaders. And Melts leads us away now at the safety car restart. That's not going to go down well in the lobby. But it's Melts that now leads from Franz, from Wired. Yeah, we'll work with it for now. That will be discussed afterwards for sure. Ironland has had a spin, and just as I picked him up for a good recovery, he's at the back. A virtual safety car is out. Now, this will be interesting. Will Melts take this time to hand the position back? He's gone off track to hand the position back. Looks like he is giving it back to Franz and to Wide, and will retake P3. Okay, that has resolved the issue. Well played there from Melts. Sort of did mess with the safety car restart, but he has handed out the positions, and we get ready to go as we were. It looks like it's pretty much going to set up a restart of how we were before the safety car, with the two leaders away and a little gap back now as Melts, Trey and Khan look set to battle it out for that final podium spot. And Melts has left the session. That's not what we want to see. As we get underway again, Trey is almost certainly going to get past his teammate. He does. So it's now Trey the lead McLaren. Melts has been the man of the hour today. But Franz leads us away still. He has driven a perfect race so far. Then it is Wired in P2, Trey in P3, Melts still sits in P4, but Calmboy will get him shortly to claim that spot. Divan, who started the race really poorly but has recovered beautifully, now sits in P7 as Zamboni, or P6, sorry, Zamboni is into the pit lane. Then it is Louis a bit further back. And trying to get these positions, but it's changing all over the place, so we will stick with our race at the front between the two Williams. Franz v Wide, who are separated by less than a tenth in qualifying, looking to battle each other. Franz has had the upper hand all race so far, in qualifying as well, but can Wide do anything to change that? And is there a twist of the tail with the chasing pack? Trey, Khan, Divan, Melts. Although Melts will be dropping back surely. Is he back in? I'm not sure. Let's see. He does not appear to be back in. No. That is unfortunate. So, our two Williams ahead, as Ironland has pitted for softs. You are entitled to pit for whatever tyres you want, but I think that might be a bit too optimistic, my friend. So, Franz v Wired, just 4 tenths separate them, 5 tenths. Franz doing well in this third sector, it's a bit of a lead, but Wired sticking with him relatively well. The other one is here, Divan and Calmboy, keeping together relatively well so far, holding on to the top 5. As Franz pits, maybe Ironman wasn't so crazy, but Franz does pit here. What is he going for? Is it time for the slick tyres? DRS has been enabled. Maybe, just maybe it is. The track looks too wet to me, but that could just be a visual glitch. As in comes Franz for the mediums, and he's going to look now to go to the end. This is make or break for our race leader. And how, or will, the others respond? They might think they can stay out. It's only 6 laps or 7 laps to go. But now Wired has the lead from Trey, Calmboy, Divan, Boom Roker. Melt's still disconnected, so it'd be Louis that takes the spot next. In fact, we'll just see him get past here. Aston Martin against the McLaren. And there goes Aston Martin with DRS open and zippity zip into P6. See if we can get Melts back in. It seems that Melts has put in the chat he had the same glitch that affected me at the start of this session. In that, yep, here comes everyone else into the pit lane. Wired comes in from the lead, trades behind him as is Carboy and Divan, and Brimroka's going to be a double stack at Ferrari. That's going to be painful. One of them probably would have been better off following Franz, but that's the one to watch. Here comes Franz, round the corner. He is going to destroy everyone here to reclaim the lead, surely. As he comes flying down the pit straight, yes. Look at the gap Franz has got himself by going that one lap earlier. Absolutely incredible stuff. Franz now absolutely flying and has almost certainly got himself a race win, and look how quickly that track is drying. It got wet very quickly, it has got dry very quickly, and Franz was the first to respond and has earned himself a near guaranteed victory here. A few people have gone for the soft tyres. That's going to be an interesting battle. Carnboy we saw did really well on the softs, but they died after 5 laps. There are 6 laps left for these guys, so maybe, just maybe, one of them can hold on. Louis unfortunately stayed out probably a bit too long. Melts, of course, was disconnected, has just got back in. So his race has been unfortunately ruined by connection. This silly little AI has not boxed yet. Thankfully it isn't getting in the way of anyone. I believe same goes for Ernie, who's been out for quite some time. And does not seem to be able to get back. So, Franz, how do you fault a performance like this? Absolutely dominant from the Williams throughout. As Melts gets another 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane, just to further compound a disappointing race where he has shown that he has got the pace to compete at the front. But certain things have just gone against him that mean he's not been able to do so. We'll try one last time to see if we can get this city car out of the way. No, we cannot. So somehow, without racing, I'm on the podium, and now I'm not. There we go. Divan, it's a 3-second time penalty overtaking car, but Divan, crucially, who spun twice in the first 6 or 7 laps, now finds himself in P3. Phenomenal recovery from the Ferrari driver, who, yes, has been helped by 2 safety cars, but everyone's had that help. And ever since the safety cars brought him back into contention, he has driven a near faultless race, and this is going to be our battle for the final podium spot. Divan now needs to open up a 3-second lead over the Mercedes of Carnboy, but let's see, does Carnboy have any warnings or anything against him? We'll go to lap times and see he does have 2 warnings. So Carnboy, if he can just hold his own here, does get top 3, but he has to hold his nerve, because one slip up and Divan will take that spot. And also Trey just lurking in the background. He will see whether he can throw his name into the hat as Franz sits the fastest lap, and Divan has a little wobble there. Is that going to open the door for the Mercedes of Carnboy to make the move? Tucks in with the DRS, pulls out to the left, going to go for the inside into turn 1, and Carnboy does take the lead, but Divan fights back. Fantastic duel here between these two. Divan holds on, but Carnboy with the switchback. Carnboy has got him going into P3, into turn 3, has he? Yes, he does. But, oh, it's a corner cut there from Divan. Divan crucially will have the DRS going down the back straight. And all this is doing is opening the door for Trey. Trey could very well find himself able to catch up if these two continue to battle. It's Carnboy in the lead at the moment as Divan now pulls out to the outside. It's going to go along the straight into the inside, and Divan retakes P3 on track. Carnboy knows though he just has to sit there, bide his time, and he will finish ahead. Look at these two. This is phenomenal wheel-to-wheel racing between Carnboy and Divan. Phenomenal stuff. Carnboy retakes the lead going into sector 3. That will mean once again it will be Divan that has the DRS on the pit straight. And again, just look at Trey slowly edging closer to this pack. He's cut about half a second out, which means at the moment he would get Divan through his penalty. This is the one. Here you go, down the back straight. Divan now has the DRS, but does he have any ERS left to compete with? Doesn't look like it. Look at Carnboy pulling away there. And Carnboy holds on to P3. Louis gives himself another 3-second time penalty. And Carnboy is now just starting to pull away. But Divan just about in DRS zone for now. Means he can keep up the fight. But again, look at Trey. Just slowly but surely pulling himself closer and closer and closer. 2.7 the gap now to this pack for Trey. There's also got battle back here between the Ferrari and the Haas for P6. We'll look at penalties here quickly to see what people are on. Night Scout's on a 3-second time penalty, so right now Boomerooker knows that he can just sit there and wait, and in fact the penalties are now more important than the tyres. So this is what matters. Divan and Carnboy battling out for P3. Trey just looking to capitalise on any mistakes. Boomerooker's pulled out a gap to Night Scout, and the other battle is here. It's Ironland against the disconnected Ernie. So that's going to be an easy pass here for Ironland, as he will now chase after the other disconnected Alpines. We have had a spin. It is one of the Ferraris. It is Divan, it seems. Had a little whoopsie, and that ends that as Trey now gets through. He seems to have got held up though. He's lost some time, and Carnboy will be the one loving seeing that, as our podium now looks set. 2 laps to go. Phenomenal work from our leader Franz, who has driven a perfect race. Wired is a bit further back, and then Carnboy, who has done brilliantly starting from P10, Trey from P18 or 17 I believe, another phenomenal drive. Divan, who, as we cut to him, is having a few of the wobbles that he had that plagued the start of his race. But still a phenomenal drive, looks set to get P6 here, with his teammate just behind him. Hopefully we're not going to get any traditional Ferrari scraps. Nope. Let's and then goes slightly back of him, but that could just be lag on my end, so we will not jump to conclusions there. But it is a Ferrari 5.6, and then we've had a spin, and that's Night Scout. No, Night Scout is doing so well. We'll go on board here quickly with, apologise for the noise, with Ironland, just to see what has happened here to the Haas. Is it going to be seatable? No, the car has been moved. You can't see what happened there. So that's disappointing. Night Scout took a risk early on going for the wet tyres, but didn't pay off, and it's just one of those races. But again, shown the potential there, alongside Melts, another man who's shown the pace but has had a few issues, and right on cue. Cheers for the evidence, Melts, who's going to finish last on track, it would seem. But the man who is not going to finish last on track is our race leader, Franz. Pole position, and has led every lap, barring a few corners due to a safety car jump by Melts. So barring those few corners, he has led near every lap. Pitted before anyone else for the dry tyres, and boy did he get it right. Came out with a 3 to 4 second extra lead than he already had, and has not looked back. Wide has put in a decent job in second place, and if it wasn't for his Williams teammates, we'd be talking about how well this man has driven. But it has been dominated by one man, who's coming through the final sector now. Franz with a perfect race, and I believe he's on for the fastest lap as well, is he not? Let's have a look. Fastest lap. Where is fastest lap? It doesn't matter. Fastest lap, he is on fastest lap as well. But as he comes to the line, it's Franz, started on pole, has led every lap, has the fastest lap, and Franz W31 takes the win. Well deserved. It'll be wired to make it a Williams 1-2. Carnboy, who's done a phenomenal job from P10 up to P3. And it'll be him to bounce off our podium. Phenomenally well deserved. Brilliant job. And Trey and the McLaren will take P4. Then it's a Ferrari 5-6 Boomroker, who's actually nearly closed into Trey based on penalties, just misses out. Divan has just crashed himself, but thankfully over the line. And it'll be Aston Martin's 7-8 with White Walker and Louis. I can't tell which way hands will be because of penalties. And then it'll be Ironland, and then it'll be somehow the car that has not been controlled throughout the entire race. But what a drive from Franz. Absolute perfection from start to finish. He takes our win and definitely deserves it, cementing himself for potentially a championship contending season. Ah, I couldn't say so better myself, game. Well done for giving me, the guy who didn't drive the entire race, driver of the day. No, there is only one driver of the day, and it is this man. It is our race winner. Controlled the grid, never looked back, and Franz W31 takes the first win of the new LSA season. Well, I should say pre-season, but it definitely sets a tone and sets a marker. Watch out, man. He is hunting a title this year. Well, there we have it. We'll round out our grid one final time before saying goodbye for today. So, Franz W31 takes the win and fastest lap with a 1:31.8, followed by his Williams teammate Wired. Carnboy takes P3, starting P10, and Trey from P17 up to P4. Phenomenal drive from them both. Boomroker takes P6. Divan recovered from a poor start to salvage P6. White Walker in P7. Ironland from 19th on the grid up to P8. Louis takes P9. Somehow myself takes P10, Ernie takes P11, Zamboni takes P13, Melts showed the pace but a few issues got in the way for him, takes P13, and then our DNFs were Night Scout, Swister, Fleet Doctor, Shadar, Jones and Uppity. A phenomenal start to the new season, setting the tone of what could be a delightful campaign here in LSA. This is our first pre-season race and we hope to see you guys back very soon for another edition of LSA.